Most McDonald's are comfortably identical. The red and yellow color scheme, beige floors, plastic tables, cardboard cutouts of Ronald McDonald, and a ball pit for the kids. Around the world, though, there are some innovative examples of franchise owners creatively blending into their surroundings, thanks to top architects hired by the brand. Number 10, a floating McDonald's in St. Louis. On March 8, 1980, the world's first floating McDonald's opened on the St. Louis riverfront. It was a landing fixture for 20 years before closing in 2000 for business reasons. Here was our original coverage of the opening. The world's first floating McDonald's restaurant opened on the St. Louis riverfront in the form of a 19th century riverboat. Number 9, Palatial McDonald's. Located in Madrid, Spain, this McDonald's looks like an actual palace on a street of other historical buildings that also look like actual palaces. They sell chocolate-dusted cappuccinos, which are fancy drinks that aren't typically sold at McDonald's. This location is a bit more regular cafe than McDonald's, the fast food restaurant. Number 8, Giant Happy Meal McDonald's. This McDonald's is a gigantic Happy Meal, and inside is the biggest McDonald's play place you've ever seen. For being so gargantuan and generally goofy looking on the outside, the inside is incredibly fancy. Imagine you're having a McDonald's Happy Meal sitting inside a gigantic Happy Meal. Interesting, isn't it? Moreover, the inside of this fancy McDonald's is equally startling and amazing. This outlet is decorated with Ralph Lauren wallpaper, mahogany booths, and crystal chandeliers. It is one of the most excellent McDonald's, which one should definitely visit. Before we move on, leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be the first watching new episodes. Number 7, Actual Mansion McDonald's. This is another house-shaped McDonald's, except this McDonald's is shaped like an actual mansion. They've got a grand staircase. They've got a glass-enclosed porch. If you've ever wanted to visit a mansion and a McDonald's at the same time, this is your lucky day. Built in 1795 as a farmhouse, then converted into a 19th century Georgian mansion, this historic building in Long Island is now a McDonald's. The fast food chain had initially planned to knock it down and build a standard restaurant in its place, but after an uproar from locals, the burger joint decided to renovate it into the state's classiest McDonald's. Number 6, McDonald's with an eagle on it. What was once known as the Imperial Cafe in Porto is now home to McDonald's. The building from the 1930s was in great need of restoration when McDonald's bought it. Housed in a building from the 1930s, this McDonald's is immediately confusing, as there is a gigantic and very regal-looking eagle statue sitting on top of the sign. Inside, it is of course decorated with stained glass, chandeliers, mirrors, and other things that aren't supposed to be inside of a McDonald's. Number 5, Spaceship McDonald's. This McDonald's location in New Mexico looks out of this world, literally. Shaped like a spaceship, it crashes in on what made Roswell famous in 1947, when a UFO allegedly crash-landed in the fields near the town. Number 4, McDonald's with a whole plane attached to it. Taupo, New Zealand has the honor of being home to the only McDonald's location that includes a decommissioned DC-3 plane as part of the store. There are seats inside the aircraft for your dining enjoyment, and you can view the cockpit as well. Maybe they hand out wings to first-time customers. This McDonald's has a whole decommissioned plane as part of the store for some reason. You could even eat on the plane if you enjoy eating McDonald's on an airplane without the whole flying part. Before it retired and moved into a McDonald's, this plane was one of 3 used by South Pacific Airlines from 1961 to 1966. Number 3, Ulsan, South Korea. Known for beautiful mountains and colorful parks, Ulsan is also home to one of the few drive-through McDonald's in South Korea. A part gas station, part fast food chain, this branch doesn't have the typical yellow and red color scheme, but instead has bright pink neon lights illuminating it. The feature that makes it so unique, though, is the huge wing-like covering over the restaurant. Number 2, Rome, Italy. When plans emerged in 2016 to open a McDonald's franchise opposite St. Peter's Basilica, the spiritual home of the world's Roman Catholics in Rome, it met with harsh criticism from many. Some even dubbed the venture the McVatican. However, the branch opened a year later, And McDonald's responded by saying that this restaurant has been fully adapted to the historical environment. It partnered with a local charity to distribute meals to homeless people in the area too. This marble and mosaic-filled restaurant is among the fanciest McDonald's locations we know of and has become a tourist attraction in its own right. Located next to the Spanish Steps and entered through a Perugina Baci chocolate shop, the restaurant tries to blend into its very European surroundings and succeeds. It offers a large salad bar and other rare, for McDonald's, items like pastries. Number 1. Bray Town Hall, Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland. Around the back of this picturesque Irish building dating back to the 19th century, McDonald's has once again found a home in a historic building. The walk-up restaurant looks a tad out of place in such a rural location, but with a location right inside the town hall, they've certainly figured out the most central location in the city. This Tudor-style building in Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland is one of a kind. The building dated back to the 19th century and housed a market in the 1940s. The ground floor has been home to McDonald's since 1997, with the upper floor serving as the Bray Town Council chambers. Thank you for watching. Leave the comment down below and let us know what McDonald's on this list would you like to visit. Don't forget to subscribe for new and upcoming episodes.